Welcome back, my dear students. As we are studying some important calculations, performance calculations of the IC engine, we have studied already indicated power and energy input. Energy input we have studied mass flow into calorific value, and indicated power IPM LAN divided by 60, n divided by 2 for in case of the 4-stroke. Next here, now it is of this one, energy is inputted. Indicated power has been developed. Next, what is the end power we required here now? What is the end power we required? We required a rotary mechanical energy at the crankshaft here. Here we need that means what the energy at this crankshaft here now. That crankshaft is connected to the wheels of the vehicles. So that is a rotary motion. So therefore wheel has to rotate so that that vehicle will move here now. So therefore, energy available here now at this crankshaft is the final energy in the engine to transfer to wherever we want. That is a rotary mechanical energy here now. So next, how to calculate the energy available in the crankshaft and what it will be called? That energy or power, it is called as the brake power here now. BRAKE and power. It is called the brake power. It is the BP here now. It is energy available in the crankshaft here now. So this brake power, how to calculate it here now? How to calculate it, this brake power? This is one formula is there. BP is equal to 2 pi into N into T divided by 60. This is the main formula we are using here now. So what is this? 2 is there, pi is there. These are constant here now. And N is what? N is again, it is RPM here. Revolution per minute divided by 60, it will be converted into RPS, revolution per second here now. So here there is no difference in case of the true stroke or a 4-stroke. We cannot take here now N by 2 like that here now. For 2-stroke as well as for 4-stroke, it is N only. The formula is same. There is no difference at all here now. Why? Because it doesn't depends on this the number of strokes like this here now. So therefore it is available in the crankshaft at the end energy here now. We are finding crankshaft is rotating for same in case of 2-stroke or 4-stroke here in this case. So where the next one is T here now, where T is the torque here. Torque means what? Torque is the force into perpendicular distance here now. Force into perpendicular distance means, so when this wheel rotates here now, this force has to apply here. Force has to apply into this distance. Then it is called as a torque here now. Torque will be measured here now Newton meter in terms of, that is in SI, usually it is in Newton meter here now. This torque will be measured with the help of the dynamometers here now, sometimes here. In case of the dead weight dynamometers here, if this is the dead weight dynamometers, both the side weight we are putting here now. For example, here it is a W1 is here and W2 is here now. It is the radius of this dynamometer if it is there here now. Then how to find out the torque here in this case here now? Net weight has to be taken. So therefore torque is equal to W1 minus W2, means difference has to be taken here now, into R is the radius of the drum. This is the drum here now. So then it is called as the torque here. How this we are measuring in case of the dynamometer to measure the torque or a BP here. So next here, in other types of some dynamometers are there usually. In that cases there will be connection of the spring here now, spring energy at one side, and at one side it is a dead weight is there here now. The spring energy, that force is taken as a S here now, it is acting upward, and the weight is acting downward here in this case. Again it is the radius is R here now. The next one is the torque is equal to W minus S into R here now. Into R, it will become a torque here now. That torque will comes in Newton. See here now, this is total, it is the weight here now. It will comes in Newton. It is radius in meter here now. So Newton meter. So this Newton meter torque, we have to substitute it here now. So therefore we are getting the BP here now. So BP here we are getting in terms of watt here now. Here in terms of watt. If you, whether it is IP or BP, we are getting in terms of watt. if we convert it into kilowatt, what has to be done here now? So we have to be done divided by 1000 here now. Watt here now, watt is there, divided by, if it is 1000 it is done, it will become a kilowatt here in this case. So this is about what? BP here now. So one question arises here now. Here we are getting the formula for the BP here now, that is a brake power here. So once it is converting from indicated power to that brake power, indicated power is in the cylinder, brake power in the crankshaft here now. So while this energy is converting from the indicated power to brake power, there are so many losses are happening due to the friction here now. So the losses will take place while converting from the indicated power to brake power due to the friction, that is called as the frictional power here now. So therefore the total indicated power is equal to, the formula is, it is what here now? So BP, that is a brake power available in the crankshaft, plus FP. FP means it is the frictional power here. So this is the equation what we are getting here. Total indicated power in the cylinder is equal to brake power in the crankshaft and frictional power that is lost due to the friction in the mechanical elements, mechanical movements rubbing each other here in this case here. So next, this is about, there are three types of powers we have studied and energy input here now. Indicated power, brake power and frictional power, and energy input we have studied here now. Mass flow rate into CV. So next one is, some efficiencies are coming here now. Some efficiency calculations are coming here in this case. Efficiency calculations. There are some efficiencies are there here. In that, first one is the mechanical efficiency here now. That is a mechanical efficiency. Mechanical efficiency means it is end power is the mechanical power. And from what? From the heat energy which is developed in the engine here now. Heat energy which is developed in the engine, that is what power here now? That is the indicated power. Indicated power should be in the denominator. Always here, IP is always greater than BP. Why? Why IP is always greater than BP here now? Because indicated power, it is developed in the cylinder here now. BP, it is in the crankshaft. While transferring, converting from the IP to BP, some losses are happening. That's why the IP is always greater than that BP here in this case. So therefore indicated power, it is in the denominator, it is a more than this the BP here now, and BP it is in the numerator here in this case. So both has to take in one unit, single unit, whether you are taking in a watt or a kilowatt, both has to take in a same unit here now. So into, so units will get cancelled, into 100 if you are done, you are getting the efficiency in percentage here in this case. This is called as a mechanical efficiency. Why we are getting from heat energy to mechanical energy, rotary mechanical energy here in this case. So next one is that indicated energy, indicated efficiencies are there. Yes, definitely there are two indicated efficiencies are there here now. Indicated that efficiencies are there here now. There are two are there indicated efficiency. One is a brake thermal indicated, brake thermal efficiency. Another one is indicated thermal efficiency. It is, one is a BTH, another one is ITH here now. Indicated thermal efficiency and brake thermal efficiency here now. Thermal efficiency means what? It is the indicated thermal or else thermal efficiency here. Generally we call it as a thermal efficiency. Thermal efficiency means what? How much energy input, chemical energy, has been converted into a heat energy. That is very important here now. So therefore that is called as the thermal efficiency here now. There are two are there, brake thermal and indicated thermal. So you will see this formula for this here now. So next, for the brake thermal efficiency, BTH is equal to, the formula is what? In the denominator we have to take the energy input here now. Energy input has to be taken. This energy input is there in terms of mass flow rate. If you are taking calorific value into mass flow rate, here it is calorific value as I have told kilojoule per kg. This mass flow rate is kg per second here now. It is in terms of the liquids, liquid fuels here. This is for the liquid fuels, and that's solid fuels we are taking this one. For gaseous fuels, This CV into it is the volume flow rate. CV is here kilojoule per meter cube into it is meter cube per second here, volume flow rate. This will get cancelled. The again answer will comes kilojoule per second only. This is for what? This is for the gaseous fuels here in this case. This is what? This is the energy input here now. So therefore, energy input, it is same in case of the break thermal efficiency or indicated thermal efficiency. This will be the same here now. So this will also comes in what unit here now? If it is in kilojoule per second means it is in kilowatt here now. Sometimes it may comes in watts also. If you are taking divided by into 1000, if it is done, it will comes in watts here now. So this is energy input in the numerator, denominator here now. In the numerator, for the break thermal efficiency, we have to take BP. That this is a formula. This is a formula for the break thermal efficiency, BP divided by energy input. So both has to be taken in the same unit. BP in kilowatt, energy input also in kilowatt. It is in watt, it is in watt. Both has to be taken in the same unit into 100. It will give the efficiency in percentage here in this case. So next one is the same case. So if it is for the indicated thermal efficiency here now, indicated thermal efficiency. This denominator is same. Once again, energy input. Then but the numerator we have to take, it is a IP here now into 100. The same, other unit taking and everything is same here now. It will comes in, if it is 100 it is run, it will comes in percentage here in this case. So these are the three efficiencies we are studying here. Mechanical efficiency, break thermal efficiency and indicated thermal efficiency. These are the three efficiencies we are studying here now. Next one, the calculation it is coming here now. That is called as the fuel consumption here. Fuel consumption here in this case here now. FC here now. There are two types of the fuel consumption here now. That is, the one is a SFC. That is a specific fuel consumption. SFC means specific fuel consumption here now. SFC. In the SFC only there are two are there. One is a BSFC. Another one is ISFC. Break specific fuel consumption, indicated specific fuel consumption here now. So what is this? This will be measured in the unit here now, kilowatt per kg, kg per kilowatt hour, kg per kilowatt hour. This is a unit here now. What is this kg per hour is there here now? This kg per hour, it is nothing but it is a mass flow rate here now. Mass flow rate is in what? It is in kg per second is there. You convert this kg per second to kg per hour, then it will becomes the mass flow rate here now. So therefore it is a mass flow rate in what? In kg per hour. Very important here. It is not kg per second, kg per hour here now. Divided by kilowatt. Divided by kilowatt. Kilowatt is what? It is a power here now. It's a power here now. So next, if I am writing for the BSFC, if you are writing, mass flow rate is same in kilowatt in kg per hour here now. In place of the kilowatt, we have to write the BP here. BP in what? BP in kilowatt here now. What is the unit we are getting here now? Kg per kilowatt hour. It is called as the BSFC here. And ISFC means mass flow rate divided by IP has to be written, indicated power. Then it will becomes what here now? ISFC, indicated specific fuel consumption here. So what actually it indicates here now? So kilowatt hour means it is a 1 unit power. It's called the 1 unit here now. So for 1 unit power, how much mass flow rate has to be taken? How much mass of the fuel has to take here now? So how much fuel we have to input to get this much amount of the indicated power, this much amount of the break power. That is the BSFC and ISFC. Break specific fuel consumption and indicated specific fuel consumption here now. Per unit fuel, how much powers we are getting, whether it's IP or BP here in this case. That is called the specific fuel consumption here now. Per unit mass flow rate, how much energy we are getting, how much power we are getting, that is called as the specific fuel consumption. It is a very important parameter for the all kinds of the engines here now. Why? Because nowadays the very costly affairs of the fuels, because it directly relate to the economy here now. So therefore the fuel consumption means it's directly related to the mileage of the vehicles. If the fuel consumption is less, mileage will definitely more here. So therefore definitely this fuel consumption is very important. This DSFC, ISFC will be there here. So with this, so based on this, the how to solve the numericals and all formulae unit conversion, please go through that the snaps of the textbook I will send to you, and see that, try to solve that one now by using that some tricks what I have told to solve the numericals here, and also solve that some numericals in the assignments. Thank you very much.